Hi guys, it's all good. I'm drinking decaf. I never thought I would say that, but it's actually a good thing because it's evening time and so I'm cut off from caffeine. I've just made myself a Folgers decaf coffee and I'm enjoying that. But anyways, as you can tell from the title and thumbnail of today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some moisturizers with ceramides as an ingredient. I love moisturizers that contain ceramides because ceramides are a critical part of our skin barrier, our skin lipid barrier. As we get older and in conditions like eczema, dry skin, ceramides can be a little deficient. They also can become a little deficient with chronic irritation from too harsh soaps, drying astringents. And so we have good evidence that consistently using a moisturizer that contains ceramides as an ingredient when applied to the skin can help clue our skin into making ceramides again and keeping skin barrier integrity at its best. So you all know, obviously, I love Cerave, the brand Cerave. I've reviewed many of their products before, so I'm not going to include any Cerave products in today's video. Some of you have asked for a Cerave-free ceramide video. So I've got, there are tons of moisturizers out there that contain ceramides. First up, Laroche Jose has their Tolerian Double Repair Facial Moisturizer for PM, and then they have a daytime one that contains SPF. It's SPF 30. These are similar to CeraVe AM and PM in that they not only contain ceramides, but they also contain niacinamide, which is an ingredient that is helpful for redness, is anti-inflammatory, but many of you find causes stinging, burning, and irritation when you use products that contain it. So if that is you, then you want to avoid the Tolerian line. But otherwise, these are pretty similar to CeraVe AM and PM. I would say that the Double Repair Moisturizer differs from CeraVe PM in that it is a little bit richer. CeraVe PM is more of a lightweight gel consistency, whereas this is more of a true cream. So a little bit more moisturizing, but honestly, you're not going to appreciate any difference between this and CeraVe PM. I mean, we're splitting hairs here. So pretty much very similar. Price-wise, though, this is quite a bit more expensive. In terms of the Double Repair Face Moisturizer with SPF, this differs from CeraVe AM in that this is a chemical-only sunscreen. CeraVe AM is a combination sunscreen. It has zinc and then it has a variety of chemical filters to block UVB, whereas this, instead of zinc, has avobenzone to cover UVB and UVA. So it's a little different, and the reason I point that out is that many of you have had issue with CeraVe AM pilling and clumping, and you will not experience that with a chemical-only sunscreen. It's the zinc and the CeraVe AM that kind of clumps up and pills up a little bit with makeup. This does not do that. However, the aesthetics of this are not perfect either on the skin. It has almost a little bit of a tacky, goopy consistency. It's not that it feels sticky, but if you look at your face in areas like the nasolabial fold, you'll see it kind of bunches up almost a little bit. Not quite pilling, but it's not lying down completely flat. It does not adhere to the skin in a smooth, consistent manner. I wouldn't go chasing this if you are dissatisfied with CeraVe AM. I don't think you're going to get much further in terms of your satisfaction level with this product. But otherwise, both of these are good. They're decent. They work. They achieve what they are intended to. Next up, a product that I adore, fantastic for the face and body, is the Aveeno Eczema Therapy Moisturizing Cream. This is almost a whipped, lightweight moisturizing cream. You can use this from head to toe, and it contains not only ceramides, but also, like all Aveeno products, colloidal oatmeal. I have a video talking about colloidal oatmeal, its long-standing history of use in eczema, what it's useful for, and Aveeno has, obviously included it in this product. That is actually the active ingredient. It is a FDA approved over-the-counter drug, oatmeal, I know, for dry skin barrier impairment. So it is the active drug in this product, but it also has ceramides. This is wonderful. In contrast to the Aveeno Eczema Therapy Balm, which I have shared with you guys in the past, this is a little more lightweight. The balm is much more occlusive, much heavier. This is more lightweight. You will do well putting this both on your face and body. And this would be something that people with oily prone skin who need a good moisturizer, I think you would do okay with this. It is a little on the heavy side, but not as heavy as the balm, and I think with consistent use you would find that it yields satisfactory results for both oily skin and dry skin as well. Next up is a product you all have asked me my thoughts about, and it is EltaMD's Barrier Renewal Complex. This, obviously, like everything in this video, has ceramides in it. I've said in other videos here and there that I love EltaMD. Their sunscreens are really tough to beat. They really do a phenomenal job with the finesse and aesthetics of their sunscreens, and they make very consumer-friendly SPFs. And their moisturizers are never bad, but they don't ever stand out to substantiate the price point, in my opinion. The Barrier Renewal Complex is a nice, lightweight, gel-like consistency moisturizer. It comes out looking like a cream, but goes on very lightweight. It's wonderful for oily prone, acne prone skin. You won't find it heavy, but it is a nice moisturizer. It contains bromelain, which is derived from pineapple and is added as a penetration enhancer. So for those of you with sensitive skin who have burning and stinging with a lot of products, for those of you with rosacea, you might actually find that this is not a comfortable product to use. That is what they mean by enzyme therapy. Bromelain is an enzyme in pineapple. But for those of you wondering about it, I don't necessarily think this is worth the price. It's not a bad moisturizer, but it doesn't really stand out as strikingly different to me than CeraVe or some of these other more affordable options in terms of what the results that it yields. A really wonderful, nourishing, rich moisturizing cream that is fragrance-free, as these that I've mentioned thus far are as well, is the Bioderma Adaderm Intensive Balm. This contains mineral oil, which is not a bad ingredient. It does not clog pores and is not necessarily problematic for people with acne, but some people with acne just find, or people with oily skin find, that mineral oil in products feels heavy, greasy, makes your skin look greasier, in which case I don't think you will be happy with this particular moisturizer. But this is really nice for people with rosacea and sensitive skin. It is very soothing and does not contain any fragrancy irritating ingredients. And to me, this tends to go over much better with people with rosacea prone skin that find particularly the CeraVe products burn and sting. I think that this is a better option for you. This is what the Bioderma Adaderm Intensive looks like. It's a nice white, pretty occlusive lotion. It really blends into the skin with a nice punch of hydration. So I really like that one and recommend it. For those of you in the UK, I know this is a UK brand, but we have it here in good old Sephora. The First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Berry Air Cream is wonderful. It is cruelty-free and a very rich consistency, very nice and occlusive. It's a small container, this one that I have here, but a little bit actually does go quite a long ways. You don't need a lot. This is fantastic for the face. In addition to ceramides, this also has licorice root in it, which is anti-inflammatory, soothing, and can also be helpful for lessening redness. This is a great product for people with rosacea, for people with acne that heals with persistent redness, or for people with acne that heals with hyperpigmentation. It's very acne friendly, it's very sensitive skin friendly. It does not leave an oily, greasy residua on the surface of the skin. And this product also contains, like the Aveeno, it also contains colloidal oatmeal, and then it also has green tea, which is an antioxidant polyphenol that has been shown to be helpful for diminishing the appearance of pores, although we don't necessarily know the active concentration to achieve that. It's just been observed in a few small studies. But suffice it to say, in this product, it's a good ingredient. But this is a great one, and I do recommend it. A little on the pricey side, but for those of you in the UK, it's one that I know you should be able to get, and I always struggle to find ceramide-containing moisturizers that everybody in the world can get a hold of, but I think that one is available to you. So I've mentioned some cruelty-free options. Cruelty-free and vegan ceramide product that I've reviewed for you guys before and I really love is the Earth Science Ceramidic Restoring Body Lotion. You totally can put this on your face. It is wonderful. This particular product, while it's great on the face, and I happen to tolerate it really well on the face, it is shea butter based. Shea butter is a wonderful ingredient in moisturizers. I have a whole video talking about it, but for people with oily prone skin, sometimes they find that it just looks too greasy on their skin. Believe it or not, it actually appears to be a decent and well-tolerated ingredient for people with seborrheic dermatitis because it is the active ingredient in a moisturizer that you can get with a prescription for seborrheic dermatitis called Promiseb. So I always point that out to you guys because I feel like, you know, there's a lot, at least on the internet, of hype around like this not being a good ingredient for certain skin types, and that's not necessarily true. I mean, you know, that's kind of arbitrary based on different consumer experiences. But I will say, you know, shea butter, it's a very emollient moisturizing ingredient. It can give a little bit of a shine to the skin, and so people who have oily skin at baseline may not like that. But this is great, strongly recommend it. In addition to that, it also has soy protein in it, which I talked about in my review of the Embryolisse moisturizing cream as being a great ingredient in terms of brightening, and I found that this does a good job. I probably should have mentioned this product in that video as well as another alternative for those of you seeking soy protein in your product in your moisturizers. But that is a good one, and I do recommend it. One from Japan that you guys know I enjoy is the Hada Labo Perfect Gel. I reviewed this in comparison to the Super Plumping Gel Cream a long time ago. This is a product that's kind of intended to be sort of an all-in-one. It functions as not only a moisturizer, but you could also use it kind of as a sleeping mask. It really does add a good level of intense hydration into the skin. It's not heavy, and it's very lightweight. It's lightweight enough that you can put it on underneath a heavier moisturizer if you want to, or you can get away, particularly those of you who have oily skin or in the summertime when it's just really hot and sweaty, you can get away with using this by itself. But in my experience, it works best underneath the moisturizer. So this product, you know, honestly, like I said in that video where I reviewed it, I don't find that it offers much over the Hada Labo Skin Plumping Gel Cream, the Hada Labo Tokyo Skin Plumping Gel Cream that you can get here like in Target. At least last I checked, you could still get it at Target. But this one, unlike that one, does not contain the preservative methyl isothiazinolone. I'm pretty sure that that one contains MI. This does not, so if you are allergic to MI, then this would be a reasonable choice for you. It's got hyaluronic acid, which is a phenomenal humectant, as well as collagen, which likewise is a nice humectant ingredient. And this is a great choice and very no-nonsense, fragrance-free. In my Shop With Me for KBeauty at Hallyu Cosmetics, you will recall that I purchased that gift set of Ilyun ceramide containing products, and I reviewed in a later video, a KBeauty skincare routine video, for you the lotion and the face wash. And I also, since that time, have consistently been using the Addo Concentrate Cream, the Ceramide Addo Concentrate Cream. It's wonderful. Very rich, very moisturizing, nice balance of hydration and occlusion to really seal in transepidermal water loss. This product is fragrance free and it contains soybean ferment filtrate, which can contain soybean protein for inhibiting some of how pigment is transferred around and imparting a brightening effect. It's also nourishing, restorative to the skin barrier, and a good ingredient. Many KBeauty and Japanese skincare beauty brands will include soybean ferment filtrate or rice ferment filtrate in the products, and they are beneficial. So I recommend this. It's very good, very moisturizing, but does not leave a greasy shine on the skin, which is something that can be difficult to achieve in design and formulation of more heavy moisturizers. And it's a good one, I recommend it. Ilyun, I believe Amore Pacifica is the parent company of that. Another KBeauty ceramide containing moisturizing cream that I've enjoyed using and can recommend to you guys after consistent use is Missha's Near Skin Moist Lab Cream. This particular line from Missha, there's There are several products, a toner, an essence. I don't know. This is the only product that I really was interested in trying. And it is wonderful, except it's very emollient. So for people with oily, acne-prone skin, you may not care for the look of this on your face. It's very shiny. It's shea butter based, and so while that's not bad, it really, in this particular product, it really is giving quite a bit of shine to the skin. Situations where that is useful are if you are peeling from retinoid or from a chemical peel that you've gotten in the office, then you might find that gravitating towards more emollient moisturizers to be helpful, because the emollient property in the moisturizer can help to smooth down the edges of those peeling cells and improve the skin surface, make it smoother, supple, and impart a luminosity when your skin may just be appearing dull. Then that emollient property can be helpful. It's otherwise good though. I enjoy using it. It's just very shiny. Speaking of shiny, you know, many of you are new, and this was a long time ago that I talked about this, but I get questions about it. So I'll remind you as to my thoughts on it, and that is the Dr. Jart's Ceramide cream. I've used the cream and there's like a liquid, like lotion, that I actually kind of enjoyed using, to be honest, but cannot recommend for obvious reasons if you know me at this point, and that is Dr. Jart puts fragrance in all of the products. This one in particular, I believe, has oil of bergamot in it, which is a citrus fragrance that, depending on the oil of bergamot, can contain something called furocoumarins, which react with sunlight to lead to a very irritating inflammatory skin rash. In cosmetic products, the manufacturers supposedly filter that out, but it's still a fragrance ingredient at the end of the day and doesn't really have much benefit beyond just smelling nice. So I don't know. I can't recommend it for that reason. And when I use the cream, I did find it's very emollient. It does leave kind of a greasy shine to it. And not the best balance of skin hydrators in here. There aren't enough humectants to hold on to water. It's decently occlusive, but I don't know. The balance is just not right in my opinion. The balance being the trifecta of humectants, occlusives, and emollients. This is too emollient and not sufficient in terms of hydrating properties. So that would be my gestalt on Jart, but it's a popular product. I'll get questions about it, so to refresh your drink, I'm not a fan. But anyways, I hope this video pointed you to maybe some ceramide containing moisturizers that may be accessible in your area if CeraVe is not, or it's not your thing. We've got some, you know, cruelty-free options in this video. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.